I I see a handful of left leaning creators say essentially something to the effect of, where is the Democratic Party? What is the Democratic Party doing? Why isn't the Democratic Party stopping this? In regard to the Trump administration and what they're doing. And my response would be, what is it that you want them to do? I'm not trying to have an argumentative conversation. I'm trying to have a real conversation, right? What is it you want the Democrats to do? They don't have the majority in the House. They don't have the majority in the Senate. They don't have a majority in like minded justices on the Supreme Court. And they definitely don't have the White House. So their power is extraordinarily limited. What they can actually do is very limited. In the Senate, they can filibuster. Some things they can't. Some things the Republicans can jam through with a simple majority vote. They're going to get their judges confirmed. That's not a problem. As you can see, they're getting their cabinet confirmed. They don't need us for anything, and there's no mechanism for us to actually stop it. In the House, they have a very slim majority, and some negotiating can occur there. But once again, there's no actual true power to do anything. And so, for the people that are asking, where are the Democrats? Why aren't they doing something? My response is, what do you want them to do? They are going to vote against and argue against and debate against the horrendous legislation that's going to be put forward. They're going to fight against and argue against and debate against the confirmation of clearly unqualified cabinet members. But they can't stop it. In all honesty, the way that it could have been stopped is if millions of people on our side of the political aisle didn't abstain from voting at a minimum for the President of the United States, and in many cases at all. That's what the Democrats could have done. They could have shown up. They could have voted when they needed to vote. What would you have the elected officials do now? You have handed the Democrats in the House and the Senate minorities. There is not much you can do with the minority. You can block some things, right? Lord knows the Republicans blocked their fair share during the Obama administration, and the Democrats are going to do their best to block their fair share now, but you don't get to block everything. And so they're going to get their agenda passed, or at least part of their agenda passed. If you want to help the Democrats, what you need to do is show up on Election Day. And I'm not saying that the people that I'm seeing do this, at least all of the people that I'm seeing ask, where are the Democrats? I'm not saying that they didn't show up on Election Day. But the bottom line is what the Democrats could have done is shown up. Now, if I'm being completely honest with you, the only thing they can really do is argue against an agenda for 2 years and win the midterms. That's what they can do. They can try to block as much of it as humanly possible. They can file lawsuits and try to get the legislation overturned in the judiciary. They can slow things down and drag things out with some legal processes, but they really have to start preparing right now for the 2026 midterms and win the midterms so that they can control the bills that come to the floor for a vote in either, if not both, of the chambers of Congress. That's what they can do. They can start prepping for 2026.